listen, when you can play alongside someone like Joel Embiid, it makes life a lot easier. This is before James got in here, so even playing with him makes life even that much more easier. But I think the preparation that goes into it is, we're real, contenders to win a championship, and role players need to step up, superstars need to step up. So I think seeing how hard Joel worked before the season, during the season, and now that when James is here and how hard he works, it's like if these guys are going to work this hard, that's the bare minimum that I have to follow. So I try to come in every day and exceed, expectations and the bare minimum that those guys do. Because let me tell you, I've said this before, but if you win a championship in Philadelphia, you're good for life. The amount of times I've heard Nick Foles' name is unreal. And why wouldn't you want to be in that company? I mean, it's been a while since the Sixers have had a championship, and I think all of us are striving towards that goal of bringing that home to Philly.
Certainly, and that's great. What has been the impact of James Harden? I know you've talked about his encouragement and asking you to shoot more threes and all that. His impact, I know for you statistically, has been great in terms of, I think you've had eight games this season with 4 or more three-pointers, and in the last 5 games with James Harden, you've hit at least 4 in those 5 games. So it seems like it's impacting you pretty positively.
Yeah, no, it's been great. He does a great job of getting all of us involved, and I think he doesn't get enough credit for how much of an elite passer that he is. He really sees the game at a whole nother level, and people only give him credit for his scoring, but he can really pass that ball. I missed the other part of the question. What was the first part?
Just how well he has impacted you as a teammate. I mean, you're talking about a guy statistically impacting you, but like as a guy that encourages you, how has he been in that regard?
Yeah, I just think along with Joel, like they demand greatness. Like they've achieved greatness at their level, and now they're like, all right, I want to win. Like I want to be a part of a championship team, and they demand that out of all of us. And I think that's so important. Like I was saying before, is this is how hard they're working, and we need to meet them at their level. And they're so used to, working at that high capacity that they're, I don't want to say finally, but they're bringing us along with them. Like, hey guys, this is what I expect out of you, and I don't expect anything less. Mm-hmm. And if you're not doing that, I may get on you. It's not because I don't like you. It's because I want to see you be the best that you can be, because I demand that out of myself. And I think that's important on teams, and especially in this city, because if the players aren't going to get it out of the players, the fans are sure going to get it out of the players. That's for sure.
I've seen some interviews with you, and I've heard people talk about their interviews with you. And one of the things you always do, wherever you're playing, whoever you're playing against, you always try to find somebody to have a little trash talk game with. Is there somebody that you look forward to talking with, a little smack talk during games?
On Thursday?
Oh, on any given night. Is there are there people around the league that you're like, oh yeah, we got the Nets on the schedule or whoever on the schedule. I know I can talk to this guy. We can have a little fun.
Yeah, on Thursday, I'm going to make sure I have Ben Simmons on my list.
Really? So it's apparently not going to be playing, but on the bench. So maybe a little conversation.
I always say something to the bench. I always find something, a reason. But that's definitely a reason for Thursday. But anybody else around the league, it just kind of just happens in the moment. Someone does something that ticks you off, and then you start running your mouth, and I mean, it just happens. It's just the passion that comes along with the game, and I think I've been doubted my whole life, and it's just another reason for me to just pop off and say something. And I don't want to say be that jerk, but I mean it gets me going, and it's nothing personal. I mean it's basketball, and you shouldn't take it personally because I don't. Because after the game, after we win, it is what it is. I don't think twice about it.
Is there anything that you pre-script? It's just in the moment, like you said. Like, could you give us a sneak peek as to something you might say to Ben?
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave that up for a surprise.
Okay.